Welcome, everyone.
What would you do if you had my life? Work like me, had them stripes. Would you go hard just to have that ice? But I'm just still trying to have that price. Any yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays, dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes.
The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by the SGPN app. Get all of our free picks and podcasts in one convenient app. Download the SGPN app today. Yes, sir. You're back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No, me, no voice, guys. Me, really real, feeling real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. So the Liberty are up 10-7 right now in the first quarter against the Portland Fire, who either are better than anticipated or the Liberty just took a horrible loss that almost certainly will come back in the win total in some shape or form because how did you lose that game to the Fire? Like, what?
They killed my wire to wire. What a damn waste of my time.
I mean, just disgusting play by the New York Liberty right now. It's not disgusting. My presence on the show right now. Because I handled business last episode. I've been handling business for the season. We have started the lock with a perfect 3-0 on the season for me as the Aces, without a doubt. I mean, just straight BTA to Connecticut Sun. Didn't even have Britton Griner out there. There was no shot. It was like taking candy from a baby. And then...
By the way, did you sweep or did you take the Valkyries?
No, I didn't take the Valkyries. I thought about taking the Valkyries. Took the Aces.
Oh, you did take the Aces, okay.
Yeah, took the Aces. And honestly, that's probably what made the Valkyries end up blowing that game. And it's because I was not on the Valkyries. However, what I also was on was the Dallas Wings to win the first half because the Atlanta Dream suck in the first half. But they only won it by 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was very easy for the Dream to come back through and be able to get that win outright in the second half. Plus 550. Nice ka-ching there. My co-host is here. He's with me. He gives out a lot of winning plays as well. Scott Studio, Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
How about if you sweep it out?
What's the point? I can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
Hey, pal. You just blowing from Stupid Town?
So I was torn between the Aces and the Valkyries alt spread, and I didn't like the numbers I got for the Aces, but I should have just taken them anyway. I mean, if I knew that Griner wasn't playing, you knew going in they're about to lose by 30. But there was really no way around it. Carter was a monster, and the Aces dominated. Valkyries, though, I think they scored 9 points in the second quarter. They were just a mess offensively. Both teams were. But good for our future. We got Chicago playoffs, so good start to the season there. But the lock was absolutely disgusting. Liberty wire to wire. You're up 9 with like 7 to go.
Yeah.
Joannis hits one of the dumbest shots I've ever seen in my life to beat the shot clock, rolling to her left, shooting it to her right, and you still lose the game. I thought the Liberty's coach was atrocious the entire fourth quarter. The entire game plan was let's just keep spamming pick and rolls, daring John Quell to guard anybody. And the coach said, you know what? We're leaving John Quell out there to get killed and hunted on defense for the entire fourth quarter. And that's what happened because they scored roughly 100 points, an expansion team. Yes, I know the Liberty's offense was fine. The offensive 3 seconds on the final possession offensively, while Stewie's holding the ball at half court, was embarrassing. But really letting John Quell just get pounded every single offensive possession for the Fire without benching her at all was coaching malpractice. That's all they were trying to do. They just wanted to run pick and pops and dare John Quell to go on the perimeter, and they killed her the entire fourth quarter, and the Liberty let it happen. So an embarrassing loss for the Liberty. They deserve to lose that game. But Joannis hitting that crazy 3 for nothing was just an absolute heartbreaker. But yeah, the wire to wire, I still like the play. It just didn't work out because the Liberty fell apart.
Yeah. I just also like I think I kind of figured out Portland a little bit. If they hit their threes, they might be in the game.
Yeah, well, they rely so heavily on it, and the Liberty we know a good rebounding team. The Fire kind of held. I'd say they held their own in that area, but that's kind of the point. The Fire were just willing to live and die by the 3, and John Quell can't guard on the perimeter. They should have put Stewie at the 5, gone a bit smaller, and tried to at least limit the 3-point damage. And instead, they just got smacked. But either way, the Liberty led the entire game until the last minute, basically, and they blew it. So there you go. My wire to wire got ripped up. Happens. I still like the bet, just didn't work out.
Yep. All right. Hey, Preakness is this week. Make sure you go check out the preview on the Sports Gambling Podcast, and you can claim your free $25 Preakness bet plus a $200 deposit match for new members at nyrabets.com/SGPN25. That's nyrabets.com/SGPN25. All right, let's talk about it. Bear Commander, she's hurt ankle, of course.
Mm-hmm. She's out. Fibich is out. I mean, once again, the John Quell thing, if they had more options because of the injuries, like Satu was playing, they could have gone smaller. They might have just been limited and said, we're going down with the starters, but I thought John Quell was a mess the entire fourth quarter. But anyway, that's in the past.
Yeah. We're on to the future. And the future is, well, another deja vu game here because the Las Vegas Aces are at home, well, on the road, on the road, yet again, playing the Connecticut Sun. Sun are catching 14.5 in this game. 170.5 is total. Let me see here.
Griner, I know, is off the injury report, so Griner's going to play in this game.
So take Brittany Griner off of the injury report. Olivia Nelson-Ododa is questionable with an ankle injury. Layla Khan is still overseas. Dana Evans is still out, and Janiyah Barker is still out for the Las Vegas Aces. Does she make a difference? Does Brittany Griner make a difference?
I think she has to compared to what we just saw, but it doesn't change the fact that the Sun, I think even if we were a little bit too low on Portland entering the season, the main consensus for me is that the Sun are easily the worst team in the league, correct? Like, this team is useless. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, they are. I think I feel pretty comfortable saying they're the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Which is crazy.
Well, they played 2 really good teams. I know the Liberty lost to the Fire. They got blown out by like 40 in the first game. And the Aces beat them by 30 and change. Or beat them by 29. So it's a lot of points, but I get it. The thing about Connecticut, though, is since they are moving to Houston, Does anybody go to their games in Connecticut anymore? Or is the stadium just empty?
I mean, it wasn't like that they had a big output of of fans in the game. I mean, in the arena anywhere. Like, I don't think that's I don't think that's gonna
That's kind of my point. Like, if the Aces
It's
are
not
just
a
chilling,
factor.
if they're just chilling in Connecticut and there's no fan, I'd say, environment at all, then what's the angle for Connecticut besides maybe the Aces get bored?
You probably have the South Carolina faithful and Asia faithful that are probably in the building and take up some of the space too. Like it doesn't play a factor, I don't think.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So is this just Aces just belts? This is just Aces belt both games. I don't think we can trust deja vu principles here.
I want to point out the one roster move that Jimmy did mention, that Nell did get activated. They activated their first round pick. They did waive Shea Petty. So they did swap guards there. It's her first ever game. I don't really think she's going to hit the ground running, but yes, that is a roster move, and Griner's going to play. So at least they got some reinforcements.
Is Aaliyah Edwards playing?
That I could check. I think the answer is no, but I can check that.
So I think Aaliyah Edwards.
Oh, no, she is playing. She's activated.
So depending how they use her, Aaliyah Edwards makes them a better basketball team because she can actually like face up, post up, like be able to get her own shot. She just has to be like trusted with that confidence to go out and do so. And I don't think that happens in a off the bench role for a bottom of the league team. I think you have to like give her the minutes and allow her to be able to play to make them better. So does Aaliyah Edwards make them better in the short term? I'm going to say no, but in the long term, I think that they can get out of being the last place team because there are some pieces here that are interesting. There's nothing cohesive about it right now at all. And I can't. I'm on the Aces. Just chalk.
I think I'm going to agree. I mean, the Aces did out-rebound them by 17 last game, so you could argue that Griner and Edwards coming back is going to help with that, but they can't score. I mean, they shot 33% from the floor. They made 3 3-pointers in the entire game. The Aces led by 36. Like, it's just disgusting. Like, there's a massive talent gap here. I can't really look away, and the fact is Kennedy Carter's really good at basketball. So I don't know if they can guard Carter off the bench either. So I'm on the Aces with you.
All right. Let's see here.
I might just blindly fade the Sun until they actually do something because they've been bad against everybody. Even Seattle beat them in an early game at home. Like, that's bad.
Yeah. That's right. You're right. 170.5 is total.
I guess over. I mean, the last game got.
Wait, what if we just see the same game? What if it's just the exact same game?
I don't know why the Aces wouldn't push to 100 again, or even a little bit less. The Sun maybe score a bit more with Griner in the lineup. Maybe they get to like 75. I'll go with the over.
That doesn't make them a better defensive team. Maybe like only way the over doesn't get there is if Connecticut doesn't do their part. Aces team total over.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
All right. Before we get to the next game, Scott, I gotta talk to the people about Bracco. Sportsbook and casino. Make sure you go check out Bracco. You get a ton of action down over there. They got you covered for all the major sports, offering over 100,000 sports markets a month, and they're available in a ton of different states. Wednesdays are for blackjack, and you can play blackjack on Wednesdays and get 50% of your losses back. Depositing and withdrawing is very easy, lightning fast. Bank, Apple Pay, cryptocurrency, doesn't matter. If you are listening right now on Thursday, May 30th, you get a $25 play, $25, get $10 in bonus picks over there at Bracco with MLB Play and Get. But if you're listening to this for on Friday, it's NBA night. And you can use your NBA Play and Get, play $25 on NBA and get $15 in bonus picks. Just like that. Make sure you take advantage of that over there at Bracco. Get a free $5 and a purchase match up to $100 at Bracco using promo code SGPN. BRACCO, Bracco, promo code SGPN. in. All right.
You got another one.
Oh,
Yeah, Kelce.
Kashi. My bad. Real money prediction market, legal in a ton of different states, and they have a whole bunch of different trading options for your favorite sports: MLB, WNBA, NBA, NHL, all of it. Check them out and more. New Kalshi customers get $10 when they use that promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. All right. Mystics. Watch the Mystics on the road.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Go on to play the Indiana Fever. Fever laying 8.5. 170.5 is total. Injury report. And we have. Whoa. Wrong screen. That's Aces. There we go. All right. Nothing. Clean. I mean, Michaela on your way is still out, but nothing else to report. Well, Indiana got their first win, 87-78. The Sparks have started the season 0-2. Who could have known? Better defense played. I will admit, I would have thought the Sparks would have at least scored more in a loss.
I don't want to lay 8.5 with the Fever. We both were pretty low on the Sparks. I know during the win total preview, I was a bit higher on the Mystics than you were.
Yeah.
But at the same point, the Liberty might be worse than we thought, at least with all the injuries they have, because they might lose back-to-back games to Portland. So losing at home in overtime to the Liberty might have aged worse than we thought. They beat Toronto. I mean, that was a low-scoring rock fight. It might just come down to Indiana just not looking as sharp as I was kind of hoping they would be, since I was tempted by their win total over on the initial preview show. I mean, defensively, they were better against the Sparks, but we don't like the Sparks team at all. Caitlin still can't hit a three-pointer, like at all. Her three-point shot's just completely broken. She still had good counting stats and all, but Boston was really bad against...
but what I'm saying is like the 3-point numbers, like they look atrocious.
They're terrible.
Like, I don't know. I mean, you still gotta guard it, but like you feel comfortable guarding it now. Like,
no, it reminds me of Trae Young. Trae Young used to always do that, where he'd pull up from 35, despite being like 9 of 20 or like 9 to 25 from the floor. And like, all right, if you just want to take this 35-footer, be my guest. Same exact vibe.
I wish she could hear now, because she has now been compared to Steph Curry, Peyton Pritchard, Trae Young.
Just saying. Like,
all in the media. All in the media. Those are the Caitlin Clark comparisons.
I like the confidence in a player, but at the same point, you got to read the room. If you're shooting that badly from 3, maybe pump the brakes on the next 35-footer that you take. But just a thought. You know, I feel like you can get better shots. Now, the passing's been good. Of course, they still have other options. Kelsey's been solid. Aaliyah was terrible last game, and they won anyway. So we'll see if she bounces back in this one. I don't mind the Mystics on the interior, though. They still have a lot of size that can give this team problems. And I do think it's a good opportunity for the Mystics to hang in there for this game. I think the Fever win, but I think 8.5 is a lot of points. I think the Mystics have proven that they're better than some people thought. And I think Indiana looks worse than I was expecting. They still beat the Sparks, but we're low on the Sparks in general. They didn't look good against Dallas defensively. And Dallas, we've seen, once again, find ways to punt games. They have not exactly been great recently either. I'll go Mystics plus 8.5. Just feels like a lot of points. The Fever might win, but winning by margin, line feels kind of disrespectful as far as I'm concerned.
I really want to trust the Mystics. I don't think I can bring myself to bet this.
All right. Does that mean you're leaning Mystics, or does that mean you just...
So my concern is that one, they did that to the Sparks and were able to pull away and get the win there. And they really didn't have Aaliyah Boston for that game.
Mhm.
Like, she was battling foul trouble, really couldn't get anything going. Like, that was effectively without Aaliyah Boston. So I'm like, okay, are they still like learning to put this thing together and what they're building? I think they are still kind of tinkering around and figuring out lineups and stuff like that. And so that's concerning, but I think that it also could be like all right, we're back here at home. This is the get up spot rally. We just lost the first home game to the Wings and Paige Beckers of all things. And so now we're trying to rally, and we're going to put on this good home atmosphere. Just going to be this great performance. And what if the Mystics get into this terrible thing where they can't hit a jump shot on the road? Like, that's going to piss me off. And so that's the concern.
I think I like the under more than anything for the sake of this game. A couple ways to get there. Mystics defensively maybe show up. Maybe the Mystics offensively struggle.
Yeah.
We saw the Sparks game turn into a rock fight there.
Yeah.
I like the under, and the number's a bit high.
I agree. I agree, Scott. That is something I can bet. Under 170.5. I can bet that. Just because I don't like Indiana for a referral, I'll be with you and I'll take the Mystics plus 8.5. But I have voiced my concerns about the Mystics in this game, Scott.
Yeah, you did.
Keep getting that on record.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not anti-Fever. It's just I feel like Caitlin could definitely improve her game, and I have not seen her improve any aspects of her game. I'm not like going out of my way to root against them. I just think that they're not as good as people think. That's just where I'm at.
They're not. No, they're not. Well, I've said that as well. I agree. So yes, we're on the Mystics plus 8.5. I'm just slightly concerned.
Prefer the under.
The offense. But
Yeah.
yes, much prefer the under 170.5. That's the bet to make in that one. All right. Toronto.
Yep.
Toronto Tempo on the road. I'm going to play the Los Angeles Sparks. Sparks are hunting their first win. Sparks are also laying 7.5 in this game. 171.5 is the total. Injury report for these two teams and for the Toronto Tempo. Isabel Harrison is out. Timofey Bile is out. And then for the Sparks, Ariel Atkins is out and Sanaya Fagan is out. So the Tempo got their first win. The Tempo are also making their first game on their first road trip. And it's to literally about is this not as far as it goes? I think this is as far as it goes. I don't think they can go anywhere further.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you play your first home game, then you go literally cross coast. I mean, they're going to be playing not like us at the game, the whole game. I have to assume it's going to be a rocking atmosphere. I'm terribly terrified for us not knowing what this Tempo team is going to do on the road, Scott.
Me too. We've seen the Sparks at home, though. They can't guard anybody, but I'm not sure Toronto can actually score. They scored 86 against the Storm. But of course, we know a lot of the team's performance is going to come down to the efficiency or lack thereof of Mabry. And Sykes was not particularly good last game in terms of efficiency. But Mabry was 6 of 11 from 3. So it really comes down to two players. They combined for 44 of the 86 points. I'm not sure if I fully trust the other supporting cast members. Alaman did nothing. Sabali had 8. Kiki had 12 off the bench. And you saw Maria have 16 off the bench as well. But they were 11 of 29 from 3. Like, they shot the ball very well. The Storm, we know, defensively are a mess. Getting out-rebounded by Toronto is crazy, by the way, as a separate note. But I think the Sparks probably get it done. The question is, do I really want to lay the 6.5? I don't feel great about it, but first road game in the program's history, or the franchise's history, I think it's LA or pass. I'm probably passing, but you mentioned the travel. They're off their first win in franchise history. They're playing on the road against an LA team that should be desperate after losing both games at home to start the season.
Yeah.
We think this team stinks, but they at least have some talent offensively. Toronto's pretty dependent on two people. I'll put it that way. The size that the Mystics showed in the first game was too much for Toronto to handle. Have fun with the front court that the Sparks have. It's just a really bad matchup on the interior. I got to go with the Sparks.
I was about to say Neka and De'Erica both should really feast in this game. And honestly, I'd be very disappointed if it was otherwise, if they were not. So
We'll probably mention that something for Underdog, but the rebound prop should be pretty solid for the Sparks in this game.
yeah.
So I don't like the Sparks, but I think they're a bad matchup for Toronto.
It's just like who's just guarding the Sparks offense, especially if they start running and gunning up the court. Like,
Yeah, Plum hits her shots. I mean, she's been cooking. The team's been bad, but at least she's been scoring some points. They just have a lot more answers than Toronto has offensively.
yeah. All right. Sparks laying 7.5, but they have to win. They have to win and cover eventually. Like there's games they have to win and cover, and the expansion team is the type of teams that the Sparks beat. Let's not be fooled by anything the Sparks have done in the past. They beat bad teams, some maybe okay teams, but they definitely do not beat good teams.
And to
Very
be fair,
rarely.
the Sparks did play the Aces, who we picked to win the title, and Indiana, who had a win total of like 30 plus.
Yeah.
So it's not like they've really had an easy schedule up to this point. Yes, both games were at home, and yes, the defense was quite bad. But to be fair, two pretty tough opponents by comparison. This is a significant drop in competition for the Sparks.
Yep.
So I'm on the Sparks.
All right, we're on Sparks. I guess if you're gonna bet them, this is the game to bet them. I mean, seriously, the Toronto's first road game. Who made this? Your first road game. You're going literally as far as you can go. I do not think somebody please put it in like Chat GPT or something. I do not think that there is another WNBA team that they can fly to that is further than the Sparks. If I just think about geography, I feel like that's the furthest they can go.
I'm trying to think if Golden State would beat them on like a technicality by a couple of miles. But it's probably
yeah,
like whatever. Same idea.
Yeah. All right. 171.5 is total on that one.
I'm not sure if Toronto can score. Like if they miss their 3-pointers, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, but what if the Sparks really do suck defensively?
It's possible too. I mean, Sparks team total over. You just think they score a bunch of points? I mean, I don't know. The Tempo only gave up 68 against Washington, 73 against Seattle. I don't know.
Yeah, but they don't play. They play slower. This Sparks team is trying to run and gun up the court. They haven't played a team like that yet.
So do you want Sparks team total over though?
Yeah, Sparks team total over. Okay. Chicago Sky on the road. Going to play the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury laying 4.5. 166.5 is total. Injury report. And we have Dejanay Carrington, Courtney Vandersloot, Azrae Stevens, all still out. Monica Cole-McConney, Sammy Whitcomb, both out for the Phoenix Mercury still.
Just imagine Chicago at full strength, though. This team looks nice as is. Yeah.
Yeah, could be interesting. Could be very, very interesting. The Mercury are 1-2 to start the season.
Yeah, but that one game against the Aces counts as like 5 wins, right? Because they won by like 40.
Oh, Breanna Stewart is a 3. Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking. Because Chicago might be very, very fun as a dog. Because it's just like you think of the Chicago team, and now seeing what they did to the Valkyries, it's like, oh, dude, like giving this Chicago team points is like something dangerous because of how much if you like them on the win total over, they have to win these games. Like they have to compete in these games. And so it just seems like, oh yeah, like a Skylar Diggins led team. Like this is literally a dog team. We would love to take Skylar as a dog. Like what? You tell Skylar Diggins that she's an underdog in a game. You be the one to do that. You tell her that she's an underdog.
I also like the eye test of the team. If you're looking at a balanced offensive attack, they have solid guard play.
Yep.
Cardoso has been playing pretty well. Williams off the bench has had a couple of good games too. It just feels like they can attack you in different ways offensively, and that's a luxury that a lot of teams don't have. So I think the Sky are good. And we said before that Azare hasn't played yet. We haven't seen Cloud either, basically for most of the season at this point. Like there's reinforcements coming along the way. Like this team's good. We think they make the playoffs. Like I feel good about it. They look good. The Mercury, not so much, but we'll see if they bounce back at home. I'm with you though. I think I'll go with Chicago. Not many teams go into Golden State and win. Like that's a very impressive road win based on environment. And we saw the Valkyries bury the Mercury also. Now that was an emotional letdown, and that was not exactly the best scheduling spot, but the only mutual opponent we've seen are the Valkyries. And the Mercury got smacked, and the Sky took care of business. So I don't mind taking the Sky plus money.
And it's just like the Mercury, they lost. Who was it? What's that? Was it Held? Lexi Held. That was the rookie that was playing a bunch of minutes for them. She went out with the who grabbed her. It was Toronto or whatever. You lost her in the expansion draft. Satu leaves in free agency. You start the season and Akoa Makani is out for whatever reason. Sammy Wickham goes down. Like you're losing pieces and pieces and pieces that were making this a good team. And like you're throwing other people in the works, and you're just throwing things and hoping that they stick on a wall and they play good minutes for you. Like, no disrespect to Kiana Williams, but Kiana Williams has been struggling to stay on a WNBA roster, like period. Like been struggling to stay on the roster, period. And she played 14 minutes. So like they really, really are struggling like to put things together. And I just don't know if Kalia and AT can carry it by themselves. So yeah, Chicago plus the points. Chicago Sky on the money line. They might win outright.
They're going to be a fun dog all season. They play hard. I'll tell you that much. They play really, really hard.
Yeah. Mercury will be better when they start getting bodies back.
Yeah.
166.5 is total.
It's really tricky, but I think I'm going under. Like, I don't know if I feel great about it, but the Sky defensively clamped the Valkyries on the road. Very, very good performance there. The Mercury got into a game in the 170s against Minnesota, but I think the Sky defensively have been fine. Like, the Portland game was a track meet, but when it came down to it, they clamped, and they gave up 16 points in the fourth quarter. They gave up less than 20 in 3 of the 4 quarters, so they did a pretty decent job overall against Portland. They shut down the Valkyries for the entire game. It might just come down to scoring depth. As you said before, with Copper and with AT having to do everything for this team. If you neutralize one, you're in decent shape. So I don't mind the under, but I'm probably not going to bet it.
Yeah, I disagree. I'm taking over.
Okay.
166.5.
That's fine.
I'm not certain that this version of the Mercury team is a good defensive team at all. I think that it's the little mistakes, backdoor cuts, stuff like that. Easy scoring inside the paint. Like, I'm not 100% certain. I think they really just got up for the Aces game. I think it was, and I'm pretty sure if I go back and look at that game, okay, no, yeah. So, yeah, no, they basically played all the same players and played them just about the same minutes. I thought it was a lot more of the starters playing a lot more of the minutes. No, all right, I'm 100%. They just got up for that game. Like they honestly just got up for the Aces, and they're about to have an incredible letdown for the next couple of games until they start getting some of these bodies back. Yeah, I'm all over the Sky, and I think that they don't look good defensively. So Sky team total over for me as well. Over in the game, 166.5. It's just going to be a lot of points.
Yeah, fair enough. I disagree on the total, but I'm not going to bet it, so it's fine.
Yep. Well, Scott, we can get an underdog. Talk about some player projections right now. Also remind people that they can go play $5, get $50 over there in bonus funds at Underdog Fantasy. We've got a 4-game slate to work with. Let's build a little underdog lineup.
Well, for starters, I see Neko rebounds at 7.5. Oh, that's way too low. So we can take the higher on that. You agree with that?
And let's see. Going up against that Toronto Tempo team that has not much size at all.
She's at the same exact line as Hamby, so you kind of can pick one or the other. But
Oh, well, NECA's the only person that's up here.
Never mind. Hamby's listed on books, not on. Okay, never mind. So I guess we'll go with NECA there.
Let's see. What else is interesting? I mean, do I want to go with Camilla and just go big against the Mercury? She's going to tower and probably get a bunch of rebounds still.
Her rebounds, though, are 10.5. Which I understand, but of course, not exactly what you were hoping to see.
What? Oh, I want to play. Oh, dang, I forgot. Well, I wonder if Hamby's points are available. No. Oh, wait, no, this is the wrong team. Hold on. Because I do think this is a really good Hamby scoring day. No, they're not. Wow, underdog.
Disappointing.
We're going to have to have a conversation about that. Yeah, we are.
We don't mess around with our WNBA entries. They got to make sure they have all the stuff available for us.
Yeah, like.
You had the size. You had the spreads and totals out for like 6
really
hours.
Yeah, like I feel like that's got to be a mistake. They normally are very, very good.
I messaged you this afternoon, like, oh no, everything's already available, and it's like, all right, great. So they really should just have the stuff available.
Yeah, like I can't even get Chelsea Gray's assists.
Okay, you want to be really degen and take Caitlin Clark lower 2.5 threes?
No, not against because the Mistress are a team that she beats up on.
All right. Just saying, she has gone. She has gone lower in 9 straight. So I'm just throwing out ideas.
No, I don't know. I get it. I feel like she beats up on the Mystics. Like I feel like I know that happens.
Okay, so instead of Cardoso, what about Rakia? Either PR or rebounds, because she has had 5+ rebounds in 2 straight. I don't even know it's available though on Underdog. That's the problem. You see anything on Rakia?
No.
Okay. We're really, really limited here.
Yeah, we're being limited. And okay, I'm about to start reading off what we have. Okay, we have a whole bunch of stuff in, of course, the Fever and the Mystics game. I can always play Kelsey Mitchell higher 21.5 points. I do think Sonia Citron will be pretty good because when she gets this matchup, she just likes to hunt Clark and go out Clark and score on her. So
you want to just do those two? You want to just do Citron and Kelsey?
Yeah.
Okay.
But wait, so also Aaliyah Boston is coming off of that game where she couldn't get going and foul trouble, all that. Aaliyah Boston 15.5 points is a possibility as well.
Okay. So if you want to take Aaliyah in, are we taking Kelsey out because we don't want to pick 2 people on the same team to go higher?
No, wait. Do I want to play Kelsey or do I want to play Aaliyah? Yeah, it's no stopping Kelsey Mitchell. I'm sorry. We got to play Kelsey.
That's fine.
I didn't know that. I thought we were going to have a conversation about Aaliyah and Citron. I didn't know if it was going to be a conversation about Mitchell. And no,
we tried other stuff, and once again, a lot of games were missing lines. So we tried our best.
No, I like this. I
like it too. I'm just saying in general. It took a long time because a lot of the stuff we wanted, they didn't have.
And I have a 30% WNBA boost over here on Underdog. So we've got Kelsey Mitchell higher, 21.5 points. We got Sonia Citron higher, 16.5 points. And we got Nneka Ogwumike higher, 7.5 rebounds. That normally gets you 6.11x, but my 30% boost got me to 7.64x. $100 gets you $764 over that Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. All right. We also have. You thought I didn't. You thought I was
just in case. Just in case.
No,
I got the buttons in the back.
Yep. I knew we were in an underdog ad. 100%. Hey, Rhythm, official data tool for dominating WNBA MLB golf rhythms models help you cash in and build, and you can build your own to dominate the books. Get your 7-day free trial. And hey, remember, they're really good in WNBA. Their WNBA Smart Signal player props went on a 21-2 run opening weekend. So make sure you go check them out. Promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right. Lock dog. Let's see. This is important. I'm going for 4 in a row here, Scott. Do I want to risk 4-0 fading the Fever's offense and going under 170.5?
I think you gotta just stick with what you've been doing, which is just trusting your instincts. You don't want to really overthink it solely based on record, you know?
Yeah.
That's not
you're
how you
right.
got the 3-0 in the first place.
You're right. And I really do have a good feeling about the under in that game. Slightly concerned that it was a higher scoring game, but they did play overtime with the Liberty. So that accounted for a little chunk change, but it was still rather high scoring. However, I'll trust it. Under 170.5 in the Mystics and the Fever. I just think we're not going to see the best of basketball. Dog. Yeah, let's not overthink it. Chicago Sky plus 178. Tough sledding for the Phoenix Mercury to start the season. Sky 3-0. Get to look at Angel and be like, "What up, player?" Very, 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 very interested for next month's matchup between the Chicago Sky and the Atlanta Dream, because they both could have a pretty good record by the time they get to that game. Tuesday, June 9th, if anybody wanted to know. All right, there you go, Scott. Sorry. Lock under 170.5 in the Mystics and the Indiana Fever. Dog, Sky, plus 178 money line.
All right. For my lock, do I want to go with the Sparks, actually, or do I want to go with something a bit more reliable? Because I do think the Sparks, it really is a great spot for them to get their first win of the season. At home, teams traveling to a different country to play this game. First road game in, once again, franchise history. I want to see if I can get a halftime full-time, because I don't really know if I want to worry about the, once again, spread, because the Sparks might mess around and it might get a bit weird. It's 155. It's a bit too expensive for me. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Give me the Sparks minus the 6.5. I think at the end of the day, it's a bad matchup. They have so much size on the interior. We saw the Mystics win by doing basically the exact same thing. And you also have Kelsey Plum. You still have some solid guard play. If Mabry or Sykes have bad games, they might not score because they're going to get dominated on the inside. So I'll go for the Sparks minus 6.5 as my lock for the show. For the dog, you know what? I think the Fever are going to win, but I'm going to give Toronto a puncher's chance. I'm going to pick Toronto to keep this game somewhat respectable. I'm going to go for a margin. I'm going to go for Indiana to win this game by 1 to 10 points, which I can get at around plus 160. That's
Washington.
my dog. What I said.
Scott accidentally said Toronto, but he meant
Sorry,
Washington.
my bad. Yeah, so I think Indiana's going to win, but I think Washington I think Washington hangs around. So give me the 1 to 10 plus 160.
Very interesting bet there, Scott. There's a lot of action going on for us in the Mystics and Fever game. With that, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Not really. Once again, fun slate for Friday. For some reason, no games on Saturday. I don't really know why, but it's a weird schedule. So it's not even because of like game sevens. Game sevens would be on Sunday. So it doesn't even make any sense. There's nothing happening on Saturday. I don't really get it, but
when is the WNBA
going to WNBA? It happens.
Yeah,
but either way, enjoy the games on Friday.
Even adding 2 more teams still couldn't fit a game on the day.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at really bro __. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and make sure you go give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast at the WNBA Gambling Podcast. With that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do, no other way